Hey everyone, this is Dr. Nada, your Pathologist Modder, and today we're going to learn how to give your custom weapon model a custom appearance. We're going to be doing this through custom materials. Let's get started. First, we need to download a few tools to streamline the workflow. For part A, download Ministry of Flat using the link in the video description. We'll use this to unfold or gross section our model so we can put together the color design. For part B, download the MOF Bridge from GitHub. This lets MOF communicate directly with Blender. After downloading it, unzip the folder. For part C, download Materialize. We'll use this to create the physical map, which will affect how light interacts with your model. This site is old and may give warnings, but it's the only free tool that I was able to locate. For part D, download Normal Tome, the utility that allows you to make Baldur's Gate 3 compatible normal maps. We'll be going over these map structures a lot in this video. Think of these different maps as different stains that allow to capture different parts of a model's structure. Together, they allow your model to have texture, color, and depth. Now, on to step 1, start by making your custom weapon model. Follow the prior video shown on the screen for that full workflow. If your model contains multiple meshes, be sure to join them. Otherwise, you will have to make materials and all those maps for each mesh independently. To do this, select all your meshes and click Ctrl J to join them. And then you can do apply all transforms by Ctrl A just to make sure it works out. For step 2, we're going to generate our UV maps using the MOF Bridge. This gives us a clean, logical layout to work out, like appropriately orienting tissue and cassettes before processing. For part A, install the MOF Bridge. Do this by going to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, and then install the Python file that you downloaded. For part B, enable the add-on and link it to your MOF folder by clicking on the File Path button. For part C, back in the Layout workspace, click on your model to highlight it. Then in the toolbar, go to Object, Unwrap, and Ministry of Flat. For part D, go to the UV editing workspace by clicking on the bottom at the top of the window. Select your model by clicking A and your UV layout will show up. For step 3, we're going to make our albedo or base color map. This defines the visible color of your model. We're going to do it through GIMP since it builds on the previous tutorial where we did this on vanilla weapons. For part A, export the UV layout from Blender. To do this, in the UV workspace, click UV and then export UV layout. Set the resolution to 4096 by 4096, select all UV layouts, and then click Export. For part B, open your file in GIMP and color everything in just as you want. To speed this up, you can use the Select by Color tools to select large regions and then use the bucket tool to fill them in. This is essentially mapping out the regions that you want a player to see, like I annotate regions when I'm looking at a slide. If you want to confirm which part of your UV diagram refers to what part of the 3D model, you can export it as OBJ from Blender and then manually unfold it in Ministry of Flat yourself to kind of see how it got to where it is. For part C, now that you've finished all that, export it as PNG and save it. Keep all the default settings for now. Step 4, we're going to generate the normal map, which is probably the most involved step of all of this. This step will control how light bounces off of your model and gives it depth, like the best hematoxylin and eosin stain. For part A, select everything and open up the shading workspace at the top of your screen. You create a new material if you have to, and if one doesn't show up, you can click the plus sign to make this happen. Then right click in that material box and click on Add Texture, Image Texture. And then click to place the image texture box roughly to the left of your principled BSDF object, but it doesn't matter too much for this video. Then click on the New button in the image texture box and name it Normal Bake or something convenient, and set the width and height to 4096 once again. Then click OK. For part B, go to the Render tab on the right part of the screen. Proceed to change the render engine from Eevee to cycles. Then go ahead and expand the Bake tab, set the bake type to normal, Make sure your normal bake node is selected, so it should have a white outline around it, and then click bake. And this might take a little while. Once it's done, the resulting image should show up on the left part of the screen or wherever the image viewer is. If you get an error saying something like armature is not a mesh, you can expand your armature and make sure that your mesh is the thing that is selected before you click bake. You can also share your errors in the comments and we'll figure this out together. Save this baked normal PNG using default settings, so we'll have it ready for future steps. For part C, we're gonna reorder the channels of that normal map that you just saved, so Baldur's Gate 3 will be able to read it. This is where that program that I made, Normal Tome, comes into play. So launch its exe file. Then click on the load PNG button and load in that normal PNG file that you made. After that, set the RGBA to make it so it will be readable by Baldur's Gate. So RGBA is going to refer to the different color channels and alpha, and we're going to want to set each to what is shown on the screen. So set R to 0, set G to green, B to blue, and the alpha to red. Then click the last button to save your reordered channel image. It may take a few moments to reorganize these channels, but it'll get done. For step 5, we're going to build our physical map. This is going to control how metallic things look, smoothness, along with other texture properties. For part A, launch Materialize. For part B, we're going to import what we already created, and this is going to be very easy to do. Open your Albedo map under the diffuse map by clicking O and selecting the file that you created earlier. Follow a similar process for the normal map and open up what you made up before. For part C, we're going to make the submaps that we need for our physical map. So click create under the metallic map. Play around with the bars as you want to tune the appearance and then click set as metallic. Then do the same with the smoothness map and repeat it with the edge and AO maps as well. For part D, we're getting to where we will finally be able to put together our physical map, which when combined with everything else, looks like what is shown on the screen. And you can see this texture like it would probably show up in the game by clicking show full material. When you're setting these options, set the saving option to PNG, red to metallic, green to smoothness, and blue to AO and edge. Then click save property map, set a name to something convenient to make sure that you know that this is the physical map, and then click save. For step 6, we're going to save all those different map files as DDS so the toolkit can effectively read them. For part A, open up your Albedo file in GIMP and then choose to export it as DDS. Export it using BC1/DXT1 compression as shown on the screen. Otherwise, keep default settings. For part B, follow the same process for your physical map. Again, BC1/DXT1. For part C, we're gonna follow a similar, almost the same process for the normal map, but we'll instead use compression for BC3/DXT3 as shown on the screen. For step 7, we're gonna go and follow similar steps to what we did in the prior video where we showed how to do this all with vanilla weapons. So we're gonna bring everything into the toolkit now and give this whole process our final diagnosis. Part A, we're gonna import your custom model. So open up the resource manager, then import your custom model as we covered in the prior video where we made a custom model. So that's going to be the model that has an armature, weights assigned, and has all the parents all appropriately set up. For part B, now we're going to import those DDS files that are going to give our custom model a custom appearance. Click add resource like we did before, then import a texture. In your file explorer, select all 3 of your DDS files and then click import. Be sure to create a copy of your files inside your mod folder so if you export it or share it, everything will be where it needs to be so people don't lose anything. Then, when asked, only import the Albedo map as sRGB. Import the normal and physical maps as non-sRGB. So responding no to the prompt, asking whether it's sRGB or not. Once you're done, you should have these entries in your resource manager, as you can see on the screen. Now for part C, we're gonna go through, again, similar steps to what we followed in that other video giving a vanilla weapon a custom material. So we're going to be making a material only duplicate of Hume F-arm Desire Feathers. After you've done that, open it up and assign your custom materials that you imported into the appropriate slots. Now that we have that material set up, we can then assign it to our custom weapon that we've imported. So double click on your custom weapon that has been imported, and then back in the resource manager, click on your material, and then back on the window for your weapon, click on the left arrow to assign the material to your weapon. You can always refer to that custom material video that I'm emphasizing, because this part's a little more tricky because you really do have to click on things in a particular order for it to work. And for step 8, we're gonna test your mod because everything should work now. Spawn it, equip it, and enjoy your results. And if this helped you, like and subscribe. Patreon support also helps me make more tools and tutorials. As usual, a text tutorial is available on the pinned comment. Have any questions or stuck on a particular step? Let me know what's going on in the comments and we're gonna figure this out. Thanks for watching and Starship out.
The tumor is excised. The Dwega are dead. Here I break ground.